straight into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. Saudi Arabia is steadily growing its base as a sporting hub in the world. They have cast their net long and wide. They started with football, of course, and one man really showed the way and helped in the floodgates opening. That is Cristiano Ronaldo. He has now become the top goal scorer of the year. And he doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon. Why has he been kept away from all the awards then so far? And Saudi Arabia is also getting some top-notch tennis action as the year draws to a close. Imagine only the best in the business playing exhibition matches and encouraging more tennis to come over. Saudi Arabia is making waves, and we will get you the latest in this matter. Also, a look at two of the best athletes arising from 2023 as we continue our countdown to looking back at the year that was in sports. All of that lined up for you in this show today, but first a look at the headlines from around the world of sports in Sports 360. We'll start with cricket. South African pacer Kagiso Rabada has taken 500 wickets in his international career. This milestone was achieved during the first day of the test match against India. Rabada took a 5-wicket haul after he dismissed Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, R. Ashwin and Shardul Thakur. The only batter who in fact could face Rabada's onslaught and stood tall was KL Rahul, who scored a hard-fought century, taking India's total to 245 runs. Australian batter Usman Khawaja wore shoes with the names of his daughters written on them. This was during the test match against Pakistan in Melbourne. Earlier, Khawaja had been barred by the International Cricket Council or the ICC for writing political messages on his shoes. The ICC has charged Khawaja for wearing a black armband during the first test match against Pakistan. We'll stay with news from cricket. Bangladesh all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan has revealed that he suffers from blurred vision. Shakib says he had reduced visibility in his left eye, which made it difficult to spot the ball while batting. Shakib added that he had blurred vision right through the entire ODI World Cup. Over in football, Manchester United beat Aston Villa 3-2 in a thrilling Boxing Day Premier League match. Aston Villa scored both goals in the first half to take a 2-0 lead going into halftime. Then the Red Devils came back with a double from Alejandro Garnacho and a goal from Rasmus Højlund. The win has lifted Manchester United to the 6th position in Premier League. The Indian Tennis Association is seeking guidance from the country's sports ministry. This because India's request to not play the Davis Cup in Pakistan has been declined by the International Tennis Federation. India has nominated 6 players to play the Davis Cup tie against Pakistan, but has raised concerns regarding the security of its players. If India refuses to send its team to Pakistan, the host country will be given a walkover. Cristiano Ronaldo. You can love him or hate him, but you can never ignore him. When Ronaldo left the European League and came over to Saudi Arabia this year, many critics had written him off. They were calling him a washout star on the last stages of his career. But it looks like Ronaldo still has fresh legs. He hasn't left his shooting boots behind in Europe just yet. Last night, Ronaldo scored twice for his team Al-Nassr. His double helped Al-Nassr beat Al-Ittihad 5-2 in the Saudi Premier League. Now Ronaldo has become the leading goal scorer in the world for 2023. The Portuguese striker has 53 goals this year alone from 54 appearances and has 1 game still left. He is trailed by Bayern Munich's Harry Kane and PSG's Kylian Mbappe. They both have 52 goals but won't be playing any more matches this year. Then there is Manchester City's, of course, Erling Haaland at 51 goals with 2 games left this year. If anyone can snatch Ronaldo's glory, it will be Haaland. But the Man City striker is returning to the field after being away for almost 20 days owing to a stress injury. The next few days will tell who will be the leading goal scorer this year. But for now, let's come back to Ronaldo and the goal-scoring machine that he has become. That too at a not-so-nimble age of 38. Why do we say that? It's not easy to ignore Ronaldo. Well, undoubtedly, he's a football legend. He has a big off-field personality. and he's one of the biggest celebrities in the world. Tech giant Google has revealed that in their last 25 years, Cristiano Ronaldo was the most Googled athlete. Clearly, Ronaldo has one of the biggest fan following there is, the world over, and they support him like they do no other. The most known instances were when Ronaldo's fans questioned FIFA. They said that the football's top body is biased against Ronaldo. This is because despite the phenomenal year that Ronaldo has had, he was not in the running for even a single football award. The Ballon d'Or was won by Lionel Messi, but Ronaldo was not even nominated. This is despite the fact that Ronaldo outscored everyone. Messi is not even in the top 5. Same goes with the FIFA Footballer of the Year. Ronaldo's fans say that because the striker is no longer in Europe, he has been sidelined by FIFA. But maybe there's some truth to it. But despite all this, Ronaldo continues to grow in popularity. It has been evident by the love he gets when his team Al-Nassr travels. In September, when Ronaldo was in Iran, his bus was swarmed by fans on foot. All the way from the airport, they were escorting his bus right up to his hotel. Clearly, he's more of a global footballer. On multiple occasions, Ronaldo has said that football has been too European and it needs to evolve. And when he made that move to Saudi Arabia, he was thinking about the game and the fans, and to take the game out further. At least that's what he strongly believes.
Well, what I expect to achieve is to make people happy, to enjoy myself, to help the country to be better and better and better. Not only a football man, but always the feminine football, which is the people don't know. I know the league is competitive. People, they don't know that, but the league is very competitive. And I want to make people happy. This is my goal.
Now, he made his name in Europe. He's just building upon that in Saudi Arabia. And there have been multiple occasions when Ronaldo has supported football in Saudi Arabia. He says that the league has a lot of potential and will only continue to grow.
It's not easy to win any games today because the teams, they are prepared. The football, it's different. The evolution of football is different. This is why I want to change. And to be honest, I'm really don't worry about what the people say. I took my decision.
Ronaldo is very clear that he wants to continue playing in Saudi Arabia. And here's how big he really is in football. Following Ronaldo's footsteps, several footballers have left Europe's top clubs to play in the Saudi league. Striker Karim Benzema left Real Madrid to play for Al-Ittihad. Former Chelsea defender N'Golo Kante has joined Benzema at Al-Ittihad. Brazilian striker Neymar had a messy separation from PSG and then followed up to sign with Al-Hilal. Ruben Neves left the Premier League and has joined Neymar at the same club. And joining Ronaldo himself at Al-Nassr is winger Sadio Mane. Clearly, Ronaldo is a mountain in football. His impact is multifold. His one move has created a ripple effect. But what's more amazing is that he continues to play at peak form. It'll only be a matter of time before he gets back the recognition he truly deserves. But it also looks like Ronaldo has reached a point in his career where awards and trophies probably don't really matter that much to him. It's his love for football and the love he gets from his fans that really drives him. Now that is called attaining superstardom nirvana. Now, if there's one nation that is taking the world of sports by storm, it's Saudi Arabia. We all know that. And we've known that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed Bin Salman is a big sports junkie. You already know about Cristiano Ronaldo's move and the new era in football. Then it was golf, followed by esports, and now it's tennis's turn. That starts with 2 exhibition matches being hosted in the Saudi Kingdom. And they aren't just any exhibition matches, these are big ticket ones. The first was between world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka and world number 6 Ons Jabeur. That's not all. World number 1 Novak Djokovic is also going to face world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz. Yes, these are just exhibition matches, but it's the biggest names in tennis, and it's all happening in Saudi Arabia's capital, Riyadh. But why is that so? Because Saudi Arabia wants to increase interest in the world of tennis as well. And the best way to do it is to fly in top players for a one-of-a-kind face-off and get the whole city excited for more to follow.
Saudi Arabia has taken the world of sports by storm. From football to boxing to golf to esports and now tennis. Riyadh is hosting 2 one-of-a-kind exhibition matches. The first one was between Aryna Sabalenka and Ons Jabeur. Now, these are not just ordinary players. Sabalenka is world number 2 and Jabeur is world number 6. That's right, 2 of the biggest players in women's tennis played an exhibition match in Saudi Arabia. That's because the Royal Kingdom wants to increase the popularity of tennis, and they want to host next year's WTA finals too. So it's a step in the right direction. The match between Sabalenka and Jabeur is already over. It was a full house. Aryna Sabalenka fought back to beat Ons Jabeur. Jabeur won the first set 6-4. Then Sabalenka came to win the next 2 sets 6-3, 6-2. The match lasted over 2 hours, and it looks like Saudi Arabia is ready to host larger tournaments. Both the champions only had the best of memories to take back with them.
I think it's a huge step for Saudi to bring women's tennis in here, and so far my experience is really good about Saudi. So I think we feel really safe and happy to play our finals here.
It's definitely a great thing that I wanted to happen, playing the WTA finals here in Saudi. I think it will be my dream personally, so hope the WTA and the Saudi will find the agreement to play here.
After the match, Jabeur and Sabalenka were all smiles, even though Sabalenka won the match. Now things are slightly different between Djokovic and Alcaraz. Djokovic has had a phenomenal year and is going into 2024 ranked world number 1. In contrast, Alcaraz started 2023 as ranked 1 and was dethroned by Djokovic. Despite an age gap of almost 16 years, there's definitely some rivalry between them, and Saudi Arabia is going to get a glimpse of it.
I think it's very good that we have another great rivalry in tennis. Alcaraz is youngest ever year number 1 in the history of our sport. He's only 20, but he has won multiple Grand Slams and big titles. Being already a consistent top 2-3 player, for such a young age is amazing. And he's going to be definitely one of the leaders of the future of tennis in the next 10-15 years. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of him winning big tournaments. And obviously Nadal wasn't playing the entire 2023, so Federer retiring also last year. Kind of our era is coming to an end, but you have Alcaraz emerging, which is great. And I was very happy that I had 4 very good matches with him this year that each match attracted a lot of attention. We had a lot of great highlights, and it's good. It's good for our sport. You have Carlos, you have Sinner, Rune, young players who are going to carry this sport for the years to come.
And Alcaraz agrees with Djokovic.
Well, I think it's quite cool, this rivalry. Having great matches against one of the best in history from our sport is always great. I grew up watching him. Everything he has done for the game has been amazing. So right now, be able to play against him, face to face, let's say, and be able to beat him, for me, it's great. So hopefully it's gonna be the same this year.
But apart from their friendly banter, they both acknowledged that tennis in Saudi Arabia is capable of being the next big thing.
I think so. I think it's gonna be good for the game, it's good for the world as well. I think they are, making good things. They are doing great things. So I think the ATP going to Arabia is a great thing.
Alcaraz is particularly hopeful. The exhibition matches in Saudi Arabia are just the beginning. The Royal Kingdom has more elaborate plans to make the sport more popular, and they're serious about it. Bringing in the world's best just for one exhibition match is evidence of that.
Now, today's Rewind 2023 features 2 superpowers who have had different trajectories this year. One of them is the youngest of the lot. From being the only girl in a team full of boys to becoming captain of her country's national football side, Aryna Bontempi has come a long way. The other athlete we are featuring is barely a year older than the Spaniard, and what a journey she's had, from being the best in the world to being forced out of action owing to mental health, only to return in June 2023 and end up demolishing all competition. Simone Biles is truly a legend. Both have fought off intense challenges to emerge as two of the best athletes this year has produced.
Aryna Bontempi has risen to the leader she truly is because of the kind of childhood she had. She played quite a few sports growing up, like basketball and swimming, but football won her heart. At 7, Aryna was the only girl in her town's football club, CD Ribes Boys Club, that had 400 boys. Her parents always encouraged her to fight the stereotypes and play with her heart, and that's what she did. Her big break came when she made it to Barcelona FC. The facilities for the women footballers there was literally nothing compared to their male counterparts, but Aryna made it every day, travelling more than 23 miles. Barcelona was the ladder that she climbed. She was voted Catalan Player of the Year in 2019. Throughout 2020-2021, Aryna Bontempi was critical to Barcelona's fortunes.
Well, there is no debate about Aryna's right. Everything she has won, the way she played. Her importance in the game is spectacular. She has a signature style. The way she turns and faces the ball, she plays with both feet. It is spectacular to watch her play. I am friends with her, so I am really happy for her.
For Spain, she featured in the under-17, under-19 and under-20 squads. She then transitioned to the senior side in 2017 and never looked back. She was part of the 2019 and World Cup and 2022 Women's Euro. The 2023 Women's World Cup was pivotal for her and Spain. They won the World Cup for the first time. Aryna Bontempi won the Golden Ball, and the leader in her emerged this year. The Ballon d'Or winner as well, Aryna Bontempi is becoming a leader and an inspirational talent, and she's just 25. The biggest proof of that? 6 years ago, there were no girl players in her town of Ribes. Now there are 180 across 14 teams, and their biggest hero is Aryna Bontempi. As soon as Simone Biles stepped into the gymnastics arena, everyone knew a legend was born. What else can describe this list? This is just the list of the golds that she has pocketed in various events at the World Championships every time she participated. There were also the 2016 Olympics haul that we haven't added in here. She has been simply unbeatable. But the one thing that stands out, of course, is a massive gap between 2019 and 2023. Simone Biles fought mental health issues that forced her to stay away from the game for more than 2 years. She put a pause on her game owing to twisties, a psychological phenomenon that couldn't get her to compete. It was a very difficult period in her life. Now when she looks back, she talks about the change that she has brought in to be able to get back to where she truly belongs, right at the top.
So yeah, I still enjoy it, probably more than before, because I realize at the end of the day, it's just gymnastics and I have my whole life ahead of me. Rather than, again, whenever I was 19, it was just like, it was the end of the world if I had bad days. And now I'm just like, it's okay. It's just gymnastics. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll get it started again.
When Simone Biles did start again, it was like she had never left. She came back with a vigor. She marked her comeback at the 2023 US Classic. She completed all her events with a combined score that was 5 points ahead of the runner-up. She then targeted the national championships. She won a record 8th nationals title. And we saw what she did at the World Championships thereafter.
I think next year is obviously a very big year, so we have to focus a little bit differently on just on being a little bit more clean and technique. But as a start coming back, I don't think it's bad.
Simone is gearing up for an exciting year ahead. The challenges will only be more steep, but she has overcome so much already that a few more hurdles will not impede her.
While the top two in the world, Djokovic and Alcaraz, are deciding to battle it out in the warmer climes of Saudi Arabia, world number 4, Yannick Sinner, of course, had other plans. He wanted to find a way to keep it cool. Take a look at Sinner telling us just how smooth he wishes 2024 to be for him and his fortunes in tennis. We get a hint of where some of his skills of getting out of tricky situations on court comes from. But thanks so much for watching First Sports. That's all the time we have today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care.